Coming up on BearNews, it's the year of the rooster and UNC's culture clubs help bring in the new year.
Bears welcomed an inspiring activist in celebration of Black History Month. Stay tuned to find out more.
We'll be right back. U.S. President Donald Trump's decisions affect many countries all over the world, and Europe is no exception. As BearNews reporter Miguel Lopez tells us, some of Trump's statements haven't gone over well across the Atlantic.
Donald Trump politics are having an impact in Europe. The words of President Trump are annoying the European leaders.
Germany, you take a look at Sweden, you take a look at Brussels, you look at some of these places, it's like a disaster.
The president of France, François Hollande, says that the European Union doesn't need external opinions about how to handle their own problems. He says that Europe is ready to continue their relations with the United States, but it will be based on their interests and values. Trump defends United Kingdom in his decision of leaving the European Union and says every country should do the same. He blames Angela Merkel about her politics towards the refugees crisis and threatens some of the German industries like BMW with a customs duty of 30% if they continue producing some of their cars in Mexico. But Angela Merkel insists Europe's fate is in our hands. Also, the European society has taken the streets to show their opinion about US President.
He's terrifying.
I'm very afraid of him.
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, God, I hate him.
In Madrid, a feminist protester has attacked Donald Trump figure in his inauguration at the Wax Museum. In United Kingdom, citizens had collected 1 million signs to avoid the official visit of the President of the United States. It seems like the leaders of both parts of the ocean need to keep their differences apart and work for the mutual interest. Reporting from Greeley, Colorado, I'm Miguel Lopez, BearNews 98.
In spite of the disagreements, Trump plans to visit Europe several times this spring and summer, including trips to the G7 summit in Italy and the G20 summit in Germany.
As part of its continued effort to deal with the Trump administration's travel limitation executive order, UNC joined in on a letter from the American Council on Education, encouraging the federal government to be careful as it crafts immigration policies. The letter acknowledges the need to safeguard the U.S. from danger, but it encourages the Department of Homeland Security to formulate policies that preserve international exchange by educators. The letter says the U.S. benefited from its welcoming stance to scholars and scientists. That benefit has included scientific and technological advances, as well as economic growth. The letter offered to join with the Department of Homeland Security to address security and educational needs. The decision to sign the letter follows a campus-wide memo sent by UNC President Kay Norton on January 31st. In that memo, Norton reiterated the university's support for what she called every member of the university community, including those targeted by the executive order. In her memo, Norton acknowledged that the university doesn't know what will result from this executive order, particularly after it was held by the federal courts. But she said university offices will continue to monitor the issue closely.
Can you believe it's already February? This week has felt a lot more like summer than it has winter. How are Greeley's current conditions looking, Abigail?
It is quite warm today and quite sunny too. As you can tell from this picture, not a single cloud in the sky. Backing out to a panoramic view that we've got. Backing up to the panoramic, we see not a single cloud in the sky. This picture was taken right around North Hall and South Hall facing west. Right now, it's 71 degrees with sunny skies, and it's kind of dry out there with 8% humidity. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 8 miles an hour. The average high for February is usually around 46 degrees, but the average high today is around 47 degrees. The record today for February 16th was broken in 1970 at 70 degrees. But remember, today we're at 71 degrees right now. We are breaking records today. We'll have your full forecast and more coming up.
The Lunar New Year is the most important celebration of the Chinese calendar, and the University of Northern Colorado wanted to celebrate too. Students from different organizations, including the Chinese and Japanese culture clubs, wanted to share some of the traditions that make this day so special. There were many carnival activities to participate in, from learning how to write your name in Japanese to making a Chinese lantern, which is one of the most symbolic elements of this tradition. You could also learn about other cultures like Japan and Hawaii.
Turning in an assignment on Blackboard was easy, but how about on Canvas? Reporter Stephen Rice is here to give us another installment on how to use Canvas.
Turning an assignment is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
The first step to turning in an assignment on Canvas is to go to the home page on your electronic device. Then scroll over to the Assignments tab on the left side of the screen. Then you will find your assignment via Documents. I did mine through Google Doc. I will then click on the Where to Post section from your professor. The second step then is to submit your assignment. I will show you by resubmitting the paper. Go down below the page to the tab that lists Google Doc. Click on Choose File and choose the document. Then a submission post will pop up telling you that you are uploading the document. Finally, in step 3, the assignment will be posted on the right side of the screen, letting you know that it is turned in. As I said, easy as 1, 2, 3.
Reporting from Candelaria Hall, I'm Stephen Rice, BearNews.
Make sure to join us every week for more tutorials on how to use Canvas.
Coming up next after the break, Abigail has your full weather forecast.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Abigail Stewart. Taking a look at our current radar, there really isn't much to see over Colorado. We've had some nice, warm, sunny skies today, and it's just been a very nice day. Looking at our current temperatures, in Greeley, we're right around 70 degrees, with temperatures along the foothills are around 50 degrees, 57, with 60 degrees in Denver, and temperatures right now around freezing in the mountains. Right now, there's a high pressure system sitting over the 4 corners of Colorado, helping us bring some pretty clear skies that we've seen today. Now, this high pressure system has kind of a cool cloud feature coming behind it, as you can see, kind of around Salt Lake City, Utah. If we go to the satellite imagery, we can see it a little bit better. As you can see, it kind of moves in over Salt Lake City, Utah, towards Colorado. So you can see here on western half of the state, these aren't clouds, that's actually our snowpack. Here's our snowpack forecast for the next few days. As you can see, it's going to diminish a little bit as we see warmer temperatures and not a lot of precipitation in the forecast, with snowpack values staying around 1 to 6 inches in the foothills, 6 to 12 where you see the purple, and just over 32 inches where the orange is. Now, if you're like me, you may think this may be a great weekend to go up in the mountains with all this beautiful weather that we've been having, but you should know there's a bit of an avalanche risk up in the high country. Here's the current avalanche risk, sitting at right around moderate for the Front Range. The Colorado Avalanche Information Center actually says that there is an avalanche potential possible even today, with a persistent slab problem causing a little bit of that concern. which that is basically just a little fancy word for meaning that there's a bit of a weak layer underneath the snow that you can't really see. It's been there for a while. It could be there for a little while longer. They don't really know how long it'll persist, which makes forecasting a little bit difficult, but make sure to be careful as you go out either snowboarding or skiing this weekend. There have been a few close calls in Berthoud and Cameron Pass, and actually a fatality near the Flat Tops on Tuesday, which is this region right around here. Current watches and warnings, not a lot to see in the central United States. Most of those watches and warnings are staying on kind of the west coast, not nearly as many as we saw last week, with just a little bit of flooding concern and a few winter advisories out there. Looking at our morning forecast, we see it's going to be around 36 degrees by 8 a.m. and reaching just under 50 degrees by 10 a.m. with winds staying around 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow, it's going to be a high of 65 degrees with partly cloudy skies and an overnight low of 31 degrees. Saturday and Sunday are going to be mostly cloudy with highs staying in the low to mid 60s with an overnight low on Saturday of 32 degrees and on Sunday of 41 degrees. Monday is going to be warm, 64 degrees and clear, with Tuesday even warmer at 72 degrees and clear. Make sure to stay tuned after this break.
Kids will spend 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
As much as it's a time for celebration, Black History Month is also a time for conversation and reflection on current and past events. On Thursday night in the UC Ballrooms, the Marcus Garvey Culture Center hosted author, educator, and feminist Dominique Christina for the evening. During her riveting presentation, she shared her experiences as a Black woman and the experiences of others through her poetry that pulled at the audience's heartstrings. After her presentations, she signed books and did a workshop about language, including the purpose of words and their meaning. Christina explained the importance of knowing the meaning of words and how they apply to you. Overall, her presence and presentation was motivational for everyone. After her presentation, she told BearNews the one piece of advice that she would give to young people today.
There's only one person who is qualified to write the story of you. It should be in your handwriting and no one else's. Insist on that. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Dominique Christina focuses on young people, marginalized people, and advocacy. She works every day to make this country a better place through education and about language. You can visit her website at dominiquechristina.com for more information, such as how to find her books and her upcoming shows.
Tuition costs will go up for the 2017-2018 school year. Though the amounts aren't official yet, it won't be until summer. UNC Chief Financial Officer Michelle Quinn presented proposed tuition increases to a special Board of Trustees meeting February 8th. The tentative raises would increase undergraduate tuition by $468 to a total of $7,374 for the year. That represents a 6.8% increase. With fees and 2% increase in room and board, the resident undergraduate cost of attendance for a year would raise by about $868. That's about 4.4%. The fee amount includes a $150 annual capital fee increase to help cover the cost of deferred maintenance to buildings. For graduates, the tuition increase varies by program, but most will go up by 3%. The numbers are tentative so far. The Board of Trustees decides the final numbers during its June 16th meeting.
A big week for the campus commons. Everyone eagerly awaited major groundbreaking around the UC, and now it's a reality. We started to notice big changes on campus last week, more than just a green fence. Campus Commons construction is fully underway, and we should begin to see big things happening regularly. The goal for the Campus Commons is to create connections. The space allows UNC students to connect with faculty, support services, and opportunities across the campus and community. The building also helps prospective students and their families connect with the university in a one-stop shop. The Commons also houses a place to showcase UNC's world-class music and musical theater productions. As for parking closures during and after construction, the A lot attached to the UC is permanently closed, and a corner of C lot will hold construction equipment during the renovation, but that parking lot will stay consistently open. G lot near Bishop Lair will close when we get closer to the campus commons opening. But reduced prices in the paid-apart A1 lot on the north side of the UC allows more space for parking. If these parking closures and changes made an impact on your ability to get to class, you can get a reduced cost annual permit to park in the Y lot next to Candelaria for the rest of the semester. The construction continues through the semester. To stay up to date, keep watching BearNews updates every week.
With all of the new construction, students have strong opinions about the changes in parking. Reporter Megan Potashik talks to students to find out how hard it is to find new parking spots in this week's Question of the Week.
I'm Megan Potashik, reporting from the University Center in Greeley, Colorado, asking students how difficult it is to find parking with the new Commons building going up. How difficult is it to find parking?
I personally feel like it's really hard to find parking here. We drove around for like 15 minutes the other day looking for a spot when they had like that big conference in the UC, and it's just obnoxious.
During the weekdays over in Webb King Wilson, it's pretty hard sometimes.
Parking.
Extremely. Makes me want to die.
It's always kind of been difficult to find parking if you don't own a permit. But I'd have to say, personally living on Central Campus, it's not been any more difficult than it was before. So
it's extremely difficult. I actually just park 2 blocks away and walk. So, like, there's this stupid fence up. I don't know why. You gotta walk all the way around too, so it makes it even more difficult. So, honestly, parking right now is pretty. It's pretty hectic. Yeah.
With the new building, they sectioned off the parking lot just right across the street, so it's pretty hard to find parking. Yeah, I don't know. I have to park over there.
You know, it's not easy. I was really bummed when they actually took out that parking lot on the side because I park there often when I come into work here, and so I was sad. But it's harder, but it's not impossible. So
I had to park across the street, and I looked for like 5 minutes, and then had to walk like 5 minutes. So not great.
Well, I just got dropped off from my full-time job because I can't find parking here on the regular.
So it's really hard.
Pretty difficult, yeah. And it's dead. The UC's dead. There's no one here anymore because there's no parking.
Looks like quite a few students are having more time to find parking. Reporting from the University Center, I'm Megan Potashik, BearNews.
Students are having trouble finding that perfect spot.
But with any luck, in a year's time, we won't have to worry about it anymore. And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week.
Until then, stay up to date on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, BearNews98. Be sure to like us.
Have a great week.